Bonjour.
Hey, Sean.
How you doing, George?
How's it going, brother?
Shitty.
Yeah, man. What are you, where are you now?
Chapel, Nebraska.
Oh, you're in Nebraska. Oh, well, that explains it. I'm in
Yeah,
Boulder, of course.
I haven't been able to go to Boulder in years.
Yeah, I can imagine not. Yeah, I just got out. I just made parole 10 days ago. I'm at the Ready to Work house on Table Mesa.
Ah,
The old carriage house setup.
yep.
Only now it's huge and it's like a hotel. It's the craziest thing you ever saw.
Whew.
Well, maybe not. You've seen some pretty crazy shit.
I have. I spent a lot of years there saving lives. A lot of them lives are fucking nuttier than squirrel turds.
That's a fact. So how have you been, man? You getting by or what?
No, sir, I haven't been getting by. They did everything they could to try to frame me up for shit that I didn't do. They even
I
tried
remember
calling
that.
me a drug dealer, dude.
Yeah, you of all people? Yeah, that's definitely not the case.
Right?
You're about as anti-drug dealer as they come.
Exactly. Like, oh no, I smoke pot. That makes me a fucking terrible meth dealer who's always fucking junked out of his gourd. Have you ever seen me on meth?
No, never.
Yeah, nobody really. That's the
No,
thing
and I
is,
doubt they would. I mean, you would just. I mean, at the time we smoked pot together, you gave me that. We didn't, you didn't deal it, so you're not a
you
drug
know,
dealer.
exactly. I mean, and I tried explaining that too. Like, yes, I do smoke pot. I admit that I smoke pot, but I've never even sold pot, you know?
Right? Exactly. We kind of just passed it around back in the day, almost free.
Yeah, well, shit, dude, that's the way that it was in Boulder. I mean, shit.
Sure. It's changed now, but yeah.
Yeah, everybody's on meth.
Yeah, not me. I am completely done with hard drugs, period.
Fucking well done, dude. Well done.
Oh, it's been a couple years now. But
Uh,
I'm
it
getting kind of old, Sean. I'm 52, so
that and it's well, I guess, it's not necessarily difficult to get it in there, but
oh no, it's just up the lane. I can walk right downtown and get it. This is yeah, and in prison it's all over the place. So yeah, but I gotta grow up. I'm trying to get it set up to where I can visit my kids,
yep.
and sure, I don't want to be around them like that. That's for sure.
Well, since you're in Boulder, it's kind of difficult. I was gonna. The problem is if I ask people in Boulder to speak up or stick up for me, they tend to get harassed extra by the police.
Well, I don't care about these police. You need somebody to sign a statement on what happened when you was in the hole. I'm all about it because I was in the hole, and that can be proved because that's where I was when that happened, watching it.
Well,
So I'm
my
definitely a confirmable witness.
yeah, that's. I kept trying to tell everybody that they were literally torturing me in the jail, and they're like, "Oh no,
I
you're
watched it.
schizophrenic." I'm like, "I'm not fucking schizophrenic. Are you out of your fucking mind?" Sorry,
No,
go
I
ahead.
saw them when you were in that chair and they were twisting on your ear. That was Clem doing that shit.
Well, see, they wouldn't let me know the names of the officers. I remember there was an old guy with a fucking mustache that was,
Yeah, the glasses. That's Clem.
oh my god, dude. That guy was just
I remember
trying
it
to
clear
hurt
as a
me.
bell. I told your brother about it right after it happened.
Yeah, me and Eric haven't talked but twice since Natalie was killed.
Really.
Yeah, he
He's
don't give a
kind of
shit.
off on his trip. I talk to Mobley all the time, but and me and Rabbit were pretty close, but he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah, Mobley dropped me off. Christine dropped me off. She's got a bunch of evidence. She wanted me to use her Facebook to collect evidence and make sure that I let people know that I was using it. And then she fucking
Yeah.
started coming down one day, took it away, and I'm like, that's got a lot of evidence of the abuse. It's got a lot of evidence that shows that I was telling the truth. It's got Bollinger's up the wazoo on that fucking thing. I need that. Like it's not like
Well,
I'm
if I talk to her, I'll make sure. I've been trying to get in touch with her since I got out. As soon as I do, I'll let her know what's up with that.
Well, if you're trying to stay clean, that might not be a good idea, but she did get her own
Oh,
apartment.
oh yeah, she's on the north side somewhere, isn't she?
I'm
One
not
of those
sure.
deals.
I haven't
She sent
seen
me
her.
a thing a long time ago when she first got it, and I just kind of blew it off because she was being, crazier than usual.
Yeah,
She goes in cycles. So
she does. I've been getting psycho. I mean, shit, dude. I I'm doing things now that I would have never ever done 5 years ago. I mean, I have literally been screaming at the top of my lungs, telling people that they're shitty people for not coming forward. After promising me for months on end, and I'm still taking the abuse from the police. And to this day, like I am the only person I know who has ever escaped from the fucking chair.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. I thought it was impossible actually, but hey, some people can do that shit.
Yep.
Obviously, you.
Well, people are like, "Oh, dude, you can't get out of the chair." I'm like, "Fucking, I did, dude." No, dude, nobody's ever gotten out of the chair. I'm like, "I did, dude."
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of shit they don't forget. So do you have a lawyer or anything you're working on this with?
no, sir. They called me mentally ill, and the way that they slandered and trashed my name, tried to make me out to be a drug dealer and a fucking schizo and all sorts of stuff like that. Like, yeah, hell no. They used the mentally ill term to give me the mentally ill treatment, and yeah, dude, fucking nobody gives a shit. Getting a lawyer requires somebody else when you're called mentally ill, and I don't have that.
Huh. Well, anything I can do to help you, brother, you just let me know.
Well,
This is my phone number that I called you on, so.
yes, sir, and I got it saved. It'll be saved
Good,
as
good,
soon as I
good.
get
I'll
off
just
the
put
phone
yours
with
in
you.
my contacts too.
But yeah, I want to text you my email address, and I don't know if you'll be able to do it anytime soon, but the sooner the better. I'd like a statement about what happened in the Boulder County Jail, and since you know which officers it was better than I do, I'd like that written down. I mean, seriously, I
Well,
don't know.
I know the main one for real, and the rest of them, it's all public record because when they're on shift on that day, and I'll figure out the day it was by looking at the day I was released because it was like the day before I got released
Yep,
from the hole. So I'll do a little fact checking on that as soon as I get around to. See, I just got out, so they make you. I'm sort of on an in-house hold for 30 days here. I've been
yep,
going out to work, but I have to come back here as soon as on the 30th of this month, day before Halloween. I'll be able to go out and do some running around.
yes, sir.
That way I'll be able to do some checking in on it and stuff like that. And as soon as I get Christine to answer a text message, I'll see what she's got on her Facebook stuff and see if we can't round that stuff up for you.
Oh, she's pissed off at me. I ripped her ass for that.
Well, that's fine. She can be pissed off. I've saved her fucking life before. She'll answer me when I talk to her.
Right? That's what I was
Yep.
hoping. I mean, shit, I've only
Yep.
saved her fucking twice, but still, I mean, that's literally saving her life twice.
Yeah, 2 times more than anybody else would do usually. She's been through some shit.
She has. That's what
Yeah, I
happens
just
when
got
you're
through
that
talking to
fucked up,
Nikki
though.
Hesketh. Remember her?
Do what?
Remember Nikki Hesketh?
The name is familiar.
Used to call her Purple Eyes
Yeah.
from back in the day. Yeah, she called me the day I got out. It's crazy. She's back in Pennsylvania. Everybody went back home to wherever they lived.
Well, meth took over Boulder, and the cops got way more Nazi. Just wait till you're allowed
Yeah,
to be
they
out
did.
and about.
Yeah, I imagine so.
That's what most of my issue is, though. I mean, I've been cut off from people. People were locked up. People moved. People's phones got broke. I mean, literally, the cops did everything they could to try to run out the statute of limitations on everything. I'm like, hey, there are a lot of
Sure.
witnesses, you know? Like for me, trying
Oh,
to rehab
absolutely.
the whole time I'm in jail and my wrist being fucked up and my back being fucked up and trying to rehab up and down those fucking stairs and that's the thing is that there are lots of people that saw that. There were multiple people who got the same cops trying to break your wrist while it's in the cuff treatment. I mean, I still have a scar on the side of my wrist from that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good, man. So, what are you doing there? You live there? You're not
Yeah.
on the streets up there, are you?
Yeah, I'm homeless in Chapel, Nebraska. Homeless in a town of 500 that hates me because of the news.
Yeah.
They think I'm
And
some sort of rapist. I walk down the street and people's little kids scream at me shit like, That's the bad man. That's the bad man. Like, fuck it. First of all, they found Natalie's killer. Second of all, I have
Yeah,
posted ample evidence that shows that we didn't have a sexual relationship with her words, you know? And
right,
also, I proved that she was an adult when we started hanging out. I didn't even know her name before that.
right, right.
You know, if you're not 18, you're 12. And when they were underage, I didn't know they were down there selling fucking drugs for their dad. If
Yeah,
I'd have known that, it would have made a lot of fucking difference. It's a lot different between you selling shit like that to people like Christine and them selling shit like that as children, selling it for their dad.
yeah. Their dad is fucked up on that deal. That's what caused this whole thing. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I
You
would have
know,
never met them if they weren't selling drugs for their dad.
right?
I wouldn't even know who they were. But the thing is, they literally did everything they could to prevent me from showing evidence in court, to prevent me from calling witnesses. I mean, I got the public pretender treatment straight up.
Yeah, I've been through that. It's crazy.
So what are you planning on doing now other than working and seeing your kids?
You know, that's about it. Right now, I'm in this program. In fact, I'm supposed to be seeing my case manager at noon, but she has somebody sitting in there, so I'm waiting for him to walk out so I can walk in there. That's what I did. I'm up in the hallway, but they're trying to get me placed and all that.
You
Well,
remember
I
in
don't really need their help, but I just got out of prison, so I needed to come somewhere.
Yep. You remember at our court date there was that guy that was making comments about your girlfriend?
I do,
You remember me getting in between you two?
I do. I remember that clearly.
Yeah,
Yep,
people
Sean.
people
I
want to
don't forget
pretend I'm the
anything,
bad
Sean.
guy. Do what?
I don't forget anything, brother. I remember that.
Yep. People keep trying to say I'm making up stories. I'm like, no, I was assaulted. I did slip out of the chair. They did
You
make
sure
fun
did.
of me the whole time that I was there, and every time that I tried to write a report about an officer, that officer would bring it back to me and say that they're not going to do it. Like, this is all stuff that they're pretending like I'm making up, like I'm schizophrenic, like, I'm like, I've never shown any signs of schizophrenia to any of these people, and they all admit, hey, Sean, you've never shown any signs of schizophrenia. I'm like, well, write it down, we'll
Yeah, once
send
they
it
put a
in.
tag on you, they try to do that shit, though.
Yeah, they do.
Know what I mean?
Well, they wanted a scapegoat. They literally did everything in their power across multiple jurisdictions. Police officers attempted to frame me for a murder they knew I didn't commit. I can prove that within a couple of days of her dying, that the police knew that I didn't do it. Matter of
And they
fact,
just don't
according
let
to
shit go.
nope, according to one of the
Boulder's got a
911
rep for that.
operators. What?
Boulder's got a rep for that. I don't know if you've been watching the news over the last year.
I have two
Oh
of
no.
the officers that
Did you see
assaulted
where
me
they
killed
were?
Demetrius
Did you
Shanklin.
see the right? Did you see what they did over the? They just got forced over a court order to release the John Benet Ramsey thing.
Yeah,
They had evidence that the Ramseys had nothing to do with it 12 years ago,
but they
but they
still.
just kept pushing it. You know,
Yep.
and they wouldn't pursue the other suspect because they had already hung everything on putting it on the family. Those poor people. They lost their daughter and all that shit, and then they had to go through all that media circus. It's crazy. Yeah, Boulder police ain't worth a fuck.
I think the whole world agrees at this point. The problem is because of the slander against me and because so many people didn't come forward. I mean, that's what I got to expect, though. I mean, I'm autistic and I got Tourette's syndrome and I'm homeless. I mean, I'm lucky that the druggies even accept me. But then again, they're
Man,
the
well,
only
we know
ones
you.
that know what it's like to be ostracized from society for being different. But then they don't make the
Mm-hmm.
connection that I'm not doing the drugs. I was born like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things they don't really like. They don't like to fucking have to give anybody any slack. That's for sure.
Unless you're a pretty
But,
girl.
yeah, unless you're a pretty girl. True. Well, almost used to be that way myself, but now, a little more mature.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, look, my case manager thing just opened up, but look, you got my number. Give me a call whenever you want to, all right?
Yes, sir. I'll send you my email too. Be safe.
Yeah, you do that, and I'll be in touch, all right, Sean?
Adios,
Take it easy,
Mr.
brother.
Helmstetter. Peace.
All right, man. Bye.
It's not that it didn't happen, that nobody would listen. Does that make sense? A lot of these folks ain't bad people. People with problems, people that screw up. But that doesn't make them bad people. I mean, shit. There's a reason that while I was in Boulder that I helped people. Even the addicts. Even if you were on meth. Even if you were on heroin. You're still a human being. Oh my god. Fucking back. Something's gotta be done though. You know, it would be nice if right after Natalie died, if I'd have been able to go to Boulder without all that media shit. I wouldn't have been assaulted as many times as I was. Those police knew exactly what the hell they were doing. They knew that what they were doing was wrong. They wanted to be vigilantes. Now, when I say that when people did fucked up shit to me, that I did fucked up shit back, I did the same thing they did to me. I just did it back to them. They didn't fucking like it. You know, they had all these pretty goddamn words for me. Sean, you need to do this, and Sean, you need to do that. You know, here I am 4 years later, still taking the abuse because literally nobody would listen. At least, nobody in the professional capacity. What those guards did to me in the Boulder County Jail was to fucking harass me nonstop. I mean, seriously, I had a severe fucking meltdown in that jail. Matter of fact, I was in that jail more than once. I was trying to tell people what was going on. I was trying to tell people about the assaults. I was trying to get people aware of what the hell was going on. I was trying to speak out. I was trying to speak to the police. I was trying to get help. Then again, it doesn't come down to who's right and wrong, does it? It doesn't come down to evidence. It comes down to, can they bash your character enough to have people harm you, and then they ignore it? They ignore all of it. They intentionally created a scenario where I would be abused for the rest of my life if nobody came forward, and I have to pull people's fucking teeth. You tell me you love me, you tell me you care about me, but you can't speak up? And there are some people that did speak up, or at least tried, and they let me know that they got, well, no wrath to hell from others for it. And then they blame me. Well, Schwartz, Sean, you know, I had to let you go, man. People were threatening me. People were threatening my family. You have no idea how much I lost. Like, dude, if there were consequences for you telling the truth, then come forward about that. It is not right for other people to be victimized over this either. And I have ample evidence that everybody who was trying to help me, or nearly everybody who was trying to help me, was threatened, harassed, or assaulted. The problem is that I am not good with computers. You guys want to get mad at me for posting on YouTube and Facebook? Well, shit, look at all the apps that people have tried to send me and have me download on this and download on that, and this will help you make money, and that'll help you make money, and then they ignore me for a good long while. This will help you to record this, and this will help you to record that, and that'll help you to this and that, and so on and so forth. And the whole time I'm like, please, stop telling me to do things and show me. I am overwhelmed with the quantity of things that I need to do. But the blue line of bullshit, they protect their own. That's why cops are a gang. I mean, hell, I had inmates who were willing to stand up to the cops for me. Hey, man, that's fucked up. Yeah, George told him that too.